I remember the beginning of it.
Do you only watch the beginning?
No, I just know what's about to happen based on this picture. I remember this.
Just making sure we're going on all accords before
On all accords.
before we get into it. I think it's focused. Wow. We need to have our L10s like this.
Yeah.
That'd be savage.
I'm taking a freaking... I need like a whiteboard to take my notes or something.
From this far away.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit better
I
if there was a
couldn't-
table in the middle.
'Cause I couldn't.
So we're just...
I wouldn't be able to hold my laptop.
Yeah, we need a little bit of a table situation in the
like a-
middle.
I'd feel like a journalist at the...
This feels good for a regular interview setup, but not a podcast kind of thing. Like, we need something in the middle
Yeah.
to bridge the gap.
I feel like a White House correspondent or something.
Do you? I'm sitting down in the White House. You know what's crazy?
It's correcting my posture.
Is it?
Right now. This chair is crazy.
You know what's crazy? This room was empty. Like, how many hours ago? Like 7, 6?
Mm-hmm.
Completely empty. But now it's full of stuff, and there's no echo. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. It is a little weird.
Like 2 days ago, this room was completely barren. I'm glad we finally have the space, though. We needed it. It was getting a little crazy in the other room.
Yeah, and this isn't even everything. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that's got to get moved over here.
Yeah, that's stuff from that other warehouse space, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw
I think
JB
it's all
and
getting moved down here.
I saw JB and Bean moving some things through there. Is the transit still only reverse?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't reverse.
Oh, okay. I got it
won't,
mixed up.
It won't back up.
It won't back up
No,
at all?
No.
Only forward?
I don't know if it's getting fixed or not today.
Oh.
I don't know where it's at in the
Oh, okay.
process.
The only thing that I wish we did differently about Behind the Brand is start like a month earlier, because then none of this would have been here. We started Behind the Brand like the first month of us having Biggs, the warehouse.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I mean?
did. Yeah.
Because I remember in the first episode we none of those walls were built or anything back there.
Right. Yeah. No.
It was like a big open
Yeah. The
space.
production. I mean, the coffee stuff wasn't even down here yet.
Yeah.
It's still in the roasting facility.
The coffee, there was coffee in here, like on pallets.
No, there was that coffee, but I'm saying like the production stuff was still down in the roasting
yeah.
facility, the grinders and everything.
Yeah, none of that stuff.
Yeah,
That's
no.
crazy. Did you have to help move at all?
No. I didn't even know that it was happening the day that it happened. And when I showed up, it was just all here.
Yeah.
I knew that the wall was happening, and then, Shane got his hands in it, and he moves quick.
He does.
So it was done.
Because he's like here a week at a time. And boy,
Yeah.
he sets a deadline, he rips into it.
Yeah, it was done fast.
I mean, he plumbed a bathroom. Well, one of the toilets in there is plumbed. I don't
Yeah.
know if that was just existing.
Poured concrete.
He poured concrete, yeah.
Painted
Yeah, I
the
can't even
floors.
notice because he painted over it.
Yeah.
So I can't tell. I like the multicolor thing they've got going on here.
It could be like the Z-Beans flag. Like one day we need to make it, and that's what the flag is.
Just put a big flag on the ground.
Like the 3 color blocks. That's what it looks like.
You weren't here when Shane caught the warehouse on fire with the electrical.
No, I heard about it though.
Oh my!
You were here.
This was before Bob. So I remember Shane and I, and then Max and Carter and everybody, that whole crew. Everybody on leadership, basically.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who?
That's some amnesia right there, boy.
Yeah.
No.
That's a Cheez-It. That's perfect.
What? What?
You just sound like an owl.
Oh.
You went,
Oh boy. I don't know if I can continue the story now.
okay.
We were all down here, and This was before Bob came into our lives, and that was the little rat-a-tat-tat deal. Yeah. And so it was before Bob got here, and so Shane was doing electrical, and he had a couple moments where he's like, "I've really got this figured out." You know how he is. And he's like, this is easy. And then
I will say he knows a lot about a lot.
He knows a lot about a lot.
And a little about even more.
The one thing is that doesn't make him impervious to mistakes.
He's got a lot of confidence, though.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know, which is great, but sometimes it doesn't pan out. So we were up in the so all the big ceiling lights that are in there.
Yeah.
There was like a couple that were out, and he was like pushing the tiles away, and he was trying to figure it out, and he's like, I think I got it figured out. And he cut off the lights. I walk into the main warehouse right here, so I'm not in the main area, and I'm just kind of like piddling around because there wasn't hardly anything in there. I think I was probably like cleaning up or using a broom or something. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. But all of a sudden you just hear this like crackling.
Oh.
And Shane's on a ladder at this point. You hear this crackling. You hear, oh no! And you just see, it's like something out of a movie where the side, you can see the silhouette through the doorway. You just see sparks just start flying across the hallway. And all of a sudden, all the power goes out completely. And thankfully, it wasn't like a big explosion. You just see sparks flying everywhere. And that was fine for what it was. All the power went out. But what we were really concerned about was that, if you look above us, like all these ceiling tiles, you can see like, even right there, like all that old insulation.
Yeah.
We were like, if a spark gets into that and we don't see.
Not good.
Oh, yeah, the whole ceiling is going down.
Yeah.
So we had to climb up. Have you ever been up on the second level?
No.
Ooh, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's just catwalks.
Yeah, hence why I haven't been up there.
Yeah. But you know that ladder that's out front right there?
Yeah.
So we climbed up there, with flashlights and all, looking for embers for the next 20 minutes to make sure this place didn't burn down. After that, I think Shane called a professional.
Yeah, I would hope.
It was wild.
When you said that there was a silhouette, I imagine, Shane's hair is like all
crazy.
Yeah. I just imagine like the shadow with his like
No. It was
just like a mad scientist.
Yeah, I know. He was
in the ceiling.
Oh, it was bad. Just complete like flame, like sparks and flames going across the front doorway.
Well, and then what? Like 8 months later, if even that, 6 months later, that ceiling caved in.
Yeah, the water, fire and water.
Yeah, you talk about the lights not working. One of the lights was like this off the ceiling, full of water. Yeah,
that was
you
gross
poke
looking.
a hole in it. That's how JP drained it.
He poked a hole in it.
It was like a pimple or something.
Oh gosh. Oh
That's
boy.
crazy.
What was a moment we caught on camera with Behind the Brand? There's a couple moments that come to mind for me. Do you have any? Like the first things you pop up where you were either like, that's funny, or that's ridiculous, or that's profound. I don't think profound is one of them.
It's hard to think because it's like, for you and I, it's our day-to-day, literally. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it's hard to think of something that was that actually made it in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I really like all of like the drink test moments that we've done.
Yeah. Especially the ones down the roasting facility.
Yeah.
Like the cereal milk ones, those were fun to put together.
Yeah. Oh, I know when I was on vacation in Gulf Shores and I watched that Behind the Brand episode, and it was just Max and Ben putting everything on my new desk from the old room.
Yeah.
Because it was for marketing. And I remember just watching all of Shane's books get put on my desk.
Yep, his marketing books. He's like, marketing for dummies, how to market, how to post pretty pictures. He's like, yeah, she's not going to like that.
That was crazy.
The first one that comes to mind for me was the infamous peanut butter moment.
Yeah. Trying to squeeze it.
The squeeze it? Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Squeeze the
April
peanut butter
Fool's
out.
episode.
Yeah, but okay, so I got a lot of crap for that on that one TikTok because they're like, it's not how you use peanut butter. Obviously, I've never squeezed a peanut butter jar to get it out. Yeah, I know.
For reference, you took a whole peanut butter jar that had not been used at all.
Right.
You flipped it upside down over the top of an iced coffee cup.
Yeah.
And you proceeded to squeeze it as hard as you could to get the whole tube of peanut butter out.
Yeah.
But every time you would stop squeezing to regenerate health or whatever you needed to do, stamina, whatever, it would vacuum suck back up into the cup. Yeah. And so you're in a perpetual cycle of squeezing, and then you would let go, and it would vacuum back up into everybody try at home. It's a fun activity for kids.
But there was logic behind it in that it was a 16-ounce cup. It was a 16-ounce peanut butter. And we were trying to, for April Fools, make basically the whole cup peanut butter. Because you can't drink that through a straw, you know?
You can't drink that through a garden hose.
No. You can't liquefy peanut butter that fast.
No.
So I was trying to get it out without, like, you know, getting it on the sides of the cup. Like, it still needed to look nice for the sake of what we were doing.
Yeah.
For the picture. So there was logic behind it, but it didn't work at all. I think even only half of it came out.
Yeah, I think about a third of it came out.
Yeah.
But it looked perfect.
And then
nice little teardrop moment, peanut butter.
But talk about moments that didn't make it into the actual episode is me actually drinking those. I think we made them. Because I drank soy sauce.
It may have gone in there.
I drank soy sauce. No, because I remember being like, why did I do that if it's not in the episode?
I could have sworn that made it.
I don't think it did. I drank soy sauce, though, and buffalo sauce and milk.
Was gross.
Yeah.
That was gross. I don't think I drank it. I was too scared.
No. That was a lot of sodium.
Yeah, because we did the collaborations with Frank's Red Hot. Kikkoman soy sauce, and then Nutter Butter.
Nutter Butter, yeah.
Nutter Butter looked the prettiest. People were like asking, like, where do I get this drink?
They were actually excited about that one, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we need to bring that back this year.
I think I got about 3,000% of my daily sodium intake from those two drinks, though.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
The Ecuador episode was probably the height of, I don't know of all the episodes, those were the ones that got the most traction and people were most engaged with because they haven't seen Ecuador from that perspective.
Right, yeah.
Is mainly like phone content. And, like, when Shane and Carter go down, they just use their phones and, film a bunch of stuff with that. But, like, being able to do, like, 2 seasons of Behind the Brand and then keep the same cadence of Behind the Brand, but bringing that with Arturo.
Right.
I mean, that guy, he's, like, just turned, like, 60 or 73?
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Okay.
I think so.
He's a freaking high school boy. Like, a 13-year-old boy. In a 73-year-old's body. Yeah. And so being able to, like, watch him repair cars with, like, chicken wire on the side of the road before we had 9 hours of driving up the mountains, that was wild.
I know whenever I was down there, obviously this was before Behind the Brand, but he convinced, and obviously I can't speak Spanish, but he convinced Max that he had eaten a bug. And it was some kind of dried fruit. Like a mystery fruit down in the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
And he was getting us to try different ones.
He convinced Max that he ate a bug.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Was he like, I mean, it sounds like he was just joking with him.
It looked like a prune or something. You know what I mean? Like just, it looked questionable.
Yeah.
And Max ate it, and then Arturo said that it was a bug.
Did he say what kind?
I think probably a cockroach is what he said.
Ew, how did Max do with that?
He was like, you know how Max is.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets his face all weird.
Yeah, he didn't really express through words his emotion, but his face showed fear, concern.
Then I threw up in Ecuador. Did you ever get sick in Ecuador?
Yeah, but I took my Dramamine.
So it was motion sickness, it sounds like. It wasn't food?
No, because I ate chicken and rice, and that was basically it.
Okay.
And pizza and, like, Chinese food, because it was everywhere.
Okay, we didn't have any Chinese food.
We had a lot of Chinese food.
We had pizza. That was the most American that the food got. I don't think the pizza was featured in Behind the Brand. But okay, I don't know if you can vouch for this. You probably can, but the food there, yes, there are some things that are, of course, there are things that are very, very Ecuadorian and like traditional. Then there are things that they obviously try to bring in American influence, like take out Chinese pizza, stuff like that. But there's nothing quite like real American food.
Yeah.
Like even the pizza I had down there, I was kind of like, this is good. This is like a good middle ground. But if I got this at like Domino's, I would not be. Be a little upset. Yeah. It was like, it was just something about it. I don't know if it was like the onions and stuff on it, but it was very odd. Like it wasn't a Meat Lovers.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was like a Supreme with weird onions on it, and I was like, okay, I'm not super happy. There was one exception to the rule. I don't know if y'all ate here. It's so you know how like the Zaruma Square is like right there. You obviously went to Zaruma, right? Okay. And then you know how like if you're looking at the church, down to your right, it almost like goes down a few flights of stairs. Yeah. Like especially like right down the church stairs that are coming down. There's that corner restaurant that's open air.
Yeah.
They had. There. Okay, what was the name of that place?
I have no idea.
Okay. It was, I'm not even exaggerating with this, the best wings I have ever had in my life. Yeah. I'm not making that up.
They had good margaritas too.
Not best Ecuadorian wings.
Yeah.
Best wings.
No, they were good.
In general. If we didn't promote the short film for coffee, we should have done it for that place. Like we sat down with him. The fries were okay.
Yeah.
They were like those potato wedge kind of style fries. Okay.
We got to think, they do so much agriculture, but they don't really have like the same supply chain to import their agriculture. So like
they're just mountains.
So like things that I'm saying like things that they don't grow there, I don't think they have the same access to that we do. Like you're talking about the onions and the potatoes. I don't recall having seen any of those growing down there.
Yeah, I don't remember the potato plants being grown on the farms.
So my thought is that if they're having to import it, that it's just not the same.
Those wings, though? Oh, my.
Yeah, the wings were really good. That's where Shane was playing Alan Jackson.
Yes. Okay. That's making sense now.
On the TV there.
Like the music video?
No, it was like one of those, like, it would just show the album on the TV.
Oh, okay. You need to give more backstory to that.
Well, we were there with Rosanhala.
In downtown Zaruma.
Yeah, with Doc and Shane and Max and myself. And obviously, like, everybody else that's in there is from Zaruma and is Ecuadorian. And, I mean, Shane is this, like, 6'2", 6'3", blonde
6'1".
dude.
Don't give him that much credit.
Okay. And anyways, he's in there.
He's probably 6'3".
And it goes from playing, like, whatever.
Traditional Ecuadorian.
Very traditional Ecuadorian, and maybe, like, whatever hits are going on down there right now.
Yeah.
To, he asked the bartender for the remote, and he starts playing Chattahoochee.
That's a great song.
I mean, talk about introducing to a new market. You know what I mean?
Weren't the Ecuadorians like getting down with it though?
Yeah, they were kind of laughing at him because Shane was getting down to it.
Yeah.
But
oh man.
No, that was a good time.
You were in Ecuador for how long?
A week.
A week? Okay, so I was there a little bit less than you. But that's like a little taste of home that I would need to have at a week.
Honestly, the best chicken that I've ever had, and then fried plantains too, was at Juan Carlos's restaurant. That stuff was good. I don't know if y'all went there.
I didn't know he had a restaurant.
He does, yeah.
Okay, so he's
you went to Juan
by day,
Delgado,
restaurateur by night? We went to Juan Delgado.
Yeah.
Juan Delgado was an interesting venture, to say the least.
Yeah, Juan Delgado's cool. I met him in Tennessee, like 3-4 years ago when we had the shop in Kentucky.
He's an interesting character.
He's really cool, yeah.
He's very interesting.
He was the only farmer that I could really communicate with.
Yeah, I mean, he was the last night. Well, yeah, he speaks English.
Yeah,
he's
the only
English.
One that I can talk to.
Don't say like you can communicate with him. Like,
well, because he speaks Spanish too. It's not like
yeah.
But
as the name would suggest.
But I mean, I met other farmers, and I have no idea what they're saying.
Oh, yeah. Were you able to pick up on any of it?
Yeah, I mean, I knew when Arturo was making fun of my eating habits.
That's good.
I could kind of talk to Marie. I feel like, though, it was more of like a facial expression kind of thing with her, though.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, women tend to pick up on
what other women
social
think.
cues a little more. Yeah.
Juan Delgado, he was the last night we were in Ecuador, so we thought. And then got delayed and everything like that. We got to Juan Delgado's place, and then we went out to eat on one of those, like those street side vendor kind of deals.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever stopped at those.
No,
it's literally
because I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's literally like you're driving down a main highway like you would be in, like, I-75.
Right, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And then there's tents on either side.
Yeah.
And you just pull off at a tent. And you're like, what do you got? That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
So we did one of those. And then we got back and we realized that Juan Delgado, we were supposed to stay with him that night and then fly out of there.
San Lorenzo? I think that's where he is.
Fly out of San Lorenzo and then land in Quito and then take Quito to Atlanta. And we got to Juan's and he was like, guys, I got buddies coming in, can't lend the rooms. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens, we got connected with his neighbor who is building like this mansion like on the beach. I know, I said on, kind of funny right there. Is building this mansion like literally on the beach in the sand.
Yeah.
Like the tide goes up to your front door basically. Because I'm sure there's no building codes in Ecuador for stuff like that. I don't know. That's besides the point. But the only that we ran out of money by that point in the trip. Mm-hmm. And so the only way we could get the rooms was by Shane negotiating that I do real estate photography for this lady. Granted, we're making all these decisions on the fly at like 11 o'clock at night.
Right, you're a little delirious.
Yeah, and so if anybody's seen the last episode of Behind the Brand in the like part 2 of the Ecuador videos, I mean, the last 5 minutes of that were a fever dream.
Yeah.
I mean, because we were up at, that morning we were in Zaruma.
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
We left at 3 a.m. and then drove all the way through, which probably 15 miles, but it's through freaking mountains.
It takes 5 hours, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then we get there at the middle of the night, and Shane immediately starts negotiating my real estate photography. Because, I mean, I was there for photo and video for the trip, obviously.
Right.
But I didn't have real estate photography lined up for that trip.
No.
So at about 11 o'clock at night, I'm doing beachfront resort real estate photography for her Airbnb
how was
side
the lighting
business.
for that?
Terrible. And so you can watch in the episode, like, all of our hair is completely up, right by the beach. We don't know what's going on. We ran out of bed, so Shane convinced our 2 drivers that they needed to share a bed together, which was hilarious. And then it was the 3 of us, me, Shane, and Ben. We all shared one bed because we negotiated rooms, but didn't negotiate that many rooms.
Yeah.
We got 2 rooms. We got one for the drivers, and then one bed for the 3 of us.
Yeah.
I think it was a queen too. It wasn't like California King. Like, it's pretty snug.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, I slept good that night. Like, we were tired,
Yeah. Well, and I imagine you'd been staying with Arturo some too, right?
Yeah, we
We
stayed
got
with
that
Arturo.
rooster and that parrot next door.
I didn't have incidents with the parrot. The dog was a little annoying. I think y'all had worse encounters with that dog.
Arturo kept him up most of the time. I think Shane did a lot to shield me from
the dog?
from the dog and from food, and just certain experiences where he was like, "There's a lady here," like that kind of thing.
Yeah. It was an eye opener for sure. Other than that, I can't think of any. Ecuador was probably the highlight of Behind the Brand, for me at least, just because I went through it and I lived it. Do you have like any high moments?
I think when the Journey came out,
Yeah.
like the watch party
Yeah, that was fun.
and watching people's reactions.
That was fun. Because
Yeah.
we'd obviously seen it many times beforehand.
Right.
But there's something about watching other people's first time reaction to that.
Yeah, and that was really cool.
I enjoyed that. I'm glad everybody was able to come down for that.
Mm-hmm.
And watch that. But other than that, we probably run pretty long with the highlights. You want to go through that real quick, or do you want to cut it here at 30 minutes?
We can go through the highlights really
You
quick.
want to go through the highlights? All right, I'm going to reset the cameras real quick.
Okay.
Because they have 30-minute record times. And so that's one thing we need to figure out with the setup is the 30-minute records times. Otherwise, I'm just hopping down and pressing the button. I don't know how the pros do it, but they do it. All right. So you've got. We'll kind of speed run it. If anything comes to mind, great. You can pause it and you can talk about it. If not, you just keep rolling through it. But she's got over there the laptop set up with. It was the first episode of the new year, 2025. And it was a highlight reel from the previous year, 2024, of
Okay.
everything that we did. So you're more than welcome to just go through it, and we'll chop it up about that. Because I obviously edited all those together, so I know a little bit about all of them, but I'm interested to see your take on anything or your point of view on those.
Okay, wait. This moment when he threw the little popper thing at the ground.
Not a little popper.
Yeah, the adult sized ones or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
They Kalis, it scared Kalis, and I think after the episode came out, like we were kind of talking about it, and she was like, "Please tell me that when I got scared, it's not in the episode." And I was like, I haven't watched it yet, and it was literally like I think the first like 2 seconds of the episode.
Yeah. I made sure because I wanted to start it with a literal bang.
A little grab, yeah.
Yeah.
A little attention grabber.
Yeah. So Max went to the store to buy poppers because it was 4th of July around there. And so all those stores were open. And the lady was like, "Do you want those poppers or do you want the adult poppers?" And you know how Max gets wide-eyed. He's like,
Yeah.
"It's the adult poppers.
Yeah.
Give me a batch of those."
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that thing.
It was a little intense,
It's like a
especially
cannon
inside.
going off.
Yeah, with the door open up the hallway. Like,
Yeah, the microphones on a camera do not do it justice.
No.
I mean,
that was really loud.
It about blew out the microphones on the camera.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was standing there and it scared me because I didn't, like, I was anticipating it, but I wasn't anticipating how loud it actually was.
Yeah. I wish I had a brand name to plug for
Because
those.
to also put it into perspective, it scared Kalis. Kalis was at the complete opposite end of the roasting facility.
No idea what was going on, though.
Right.
The element of surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was funny.
Sorry, Caleb. Sorry. Yeah? Alright, well, look, I told you not to be in that.
Bob.
Bob. Rest in peace, Bob.
R.I.P. Bob. That's a good man.
Yeah.
So Ben being Santa was honestly hilarious because obviously, you know, but everything for that entire video, other than the phone call that we made, was unscripted. Like there was a little bit of a setup, but everything he said was completely off the fly. Like
For Ben's personality, too,
on the fly.
He can,
off the fly?
On the fly.
On the fly.
Yeah. That's a Cheez-It. For Ben, too, he's probably at face value, if you don't know him, the most quiet and reserved.
Right.
And so but very surprisingly, he was like he came alive the most and behind the brand.
He's very quick-witted.
He had
yeah.
the most like animated moments, was the most willing to help out with everything.
Yeah.
Even though if you took him at face value, CFO of a company, he's like
Yeah.
doing accounting all day. I mean, like great for him. He keeps
Yeah.
everything
Gotta
nice and
take it
tight.
seriously, yeah.
Yeah, takes his job very seriously. But I mean, talk about a freaking good sport. He would do anything. We said, hey, man, we know you're probably doing some important accounting work for the company, but by golly, dress up as Santa and read these notes that we've been collecting in the cafe.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always all for it. I mean, we probably need to give him more praise than what we have for Behind the Brand, but I mean, like
he does a good job.
It's not every episode, but there's like 5 or 6 episodes where he's like putting it all out there for us. So good for him.
And even the Family Guy, not Family Guy,
Family Guy.
What is that show called?
Oh, the
Full House.
Full House.
Yeah, that Full House skit thing. He was every single character.
Yeah.
Looking at the camera.
Yeah. He was always willing to help out with it.
Mm-hmm. No, and then too, for the people that don't know, we knew he was gonna dress up as Santa. He gave himself the belly. That wasn't a part of the costume.
It wasn't.
He did that at his own.
Yeah. Nice slender.
At his own request.
Nice slender athletic frame, but he's like, nope, got to fatten up for this one.
Yeah. No, that was great. The editing, by the way, for this one was insane.
We put a lot of effort into that one.
Some spectacles. No, there's Ben doing the Full House thing.
Yep.
Stop scaring me.
Couldn't handle the smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's hair looks like he's had better days in this video.
Yeah. They were there a week longer.
Yeah, they look tired. Shane's got a record with fire.
Yeah.
The new CMO. Look at my chair.
That's a sick chair.
With 2 rulers. Some real gold.
It's a good catchphrase.
Yeah. I can. Ya te pongo en texto algunas cosas que hice.
It has like a nasal element. That one was good.
That's a classic quote.
That I feel like was probably the first like truly entertaining episodes. Do you know what I mean? Where it was like
it wasn't documenting.
We started kind of like letting loose a little bit.
It wasn't documenting. It was more like being like, let's have fun with this.
Yeah, it literally. That's I think the turning point when it started becoming like our day to day versus like us trying to plan things. Like obviously sometimes we have to.
Like this episode.
Yeah, like we have to plan things sometimes for it because some weeks are just gonna be a little less than others. But I feel like this was like the turning point for us to just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it allows us to hype up stuff that we're working on a couple weeks out.
Yeah.
So being able to post something on YouTube 2 weeks out from us launching something and being like, hey guys, look what we're working on right now.
Right.
That's where it started to be like, okay, there's like different levels of this where you can start, because you're obviously not going to get your full audience to watch Behind the Brand.
Right.
But the people that do watch, they're like, okay, we know what's coming, and they can, it's just a great way to look in behind the scenes, like trying to have fun with everything.
Right.
Like, a lot of coffee companies, they have a really good product and they do really good marketing, but where I think a lot of them lack is the consistency of documenting their process, of growing.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of time where you could be like, okay, come get our drinks. They're really good. And like first year you're open, that's great to do. Oh, yeah, we have these great announcements, store hours, everything like that. But at a certain point, you kind of run out of things to talk about.
Right, yeah.
After you,
I mean, that's part of why you came on too. I mean, like, I was running out of ways to take pictures of coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
and so you have to take a more creative approach where you're not afraid to lose followers. You're not afraid to lose engagement in some ways, because
Right.
not everybody's going to watch episodes behind the brand. Not everybody's going to watch something like this.
Right.
But you're building something that always has the ability to not run out of content.
Yeah.
Because you're documenting. I mean,
Right.
we grew into a 26,000 square foot warehouse over the past year.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't document that, then like you can just like in 1 or 2 Instagram posts, you can talk about it.
Right. And I mean, and it's crazy because obviously Z-Beans has always been about the story, and obviously with Ecuador, but with ourselves as well. Like if we post something about Shane or about Carter or any kind of flashback moment, it always puts things into perspective, and it always gets a lot of engagement. So like you think about, for me, thinking about Behind the Brand is right now, maybe it doesn't get as many views as we would like it to.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 years from now, you post an episode from today. Do you know what I mean? Like those people are going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Because if you even think about us 4 years ago, 5 years ago, like when I started, none of what's down in the roasting facility was down there. Like we didn't have the fillers. I mean, it's just like Eden wasn't here.
Yeah.
Vic and Angel weren't with us yet. Like Cassidy was still down in the production house, and like she's the shop lead for Piedmont and
Yep.
Mercer Village now.
Yep.
And those 2 big tables were down there. Like that's where I used to work, was at one of those big wooden tables.
My mom used to make us enchiladas once a week. And she used to bring them down there. She would go to Margarita's on Mercer Village, and she would get bags of chips and big old things of queso and enchiladas, and we would throw down once a week. That was good. I remember I pitched to Shane. You were talking when we were upstairs, like in the loft area. It was like one of the things that I tried to pitch to Shane. I was like, think how cool it would be to have Behind the Brand, but go back 5 years.
Yeah.
You start it 5 years earlier. You start it when you're doing farmers market stuff.
Yeah.
And you do weekly consistent updates on that. Think about how cool that would be to like
To look
track
back
that
at.
growth.
Yeah.
And like things that you tried that miserably failed, and then things that you tried that built the company.
Right.
It was really cool. I've seen a lot of companies do versions of Behind the Brand where they just document their process. It's
Right.
like, okay, we need to do something like that where we document, we talk, we have long form content, we have short form content. You kind of have to build a whole content atmosphere at this point.
Yeah.
It's more about just our mission and the people than it is about the coffee.
Right.
Even though we sell coffee, we'd love for you to buy it, but
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents.
Apparently.
Yes.
In my sinus cavity. Like I can smell it when I drink it. You know what I mean? Like wasabi. It lingers.
Like
I don't know. Like if cereal was just itself.
I really wish too, like, God only knows how many weird things that I've said that you've caught on camera.
Yeah. It's almost incriminating.
But watching these back sometimes, like in the moment, I know exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But the out loud sentence that comes out is just so stupid.
Yeah. You need a t-shirt.
If cereal was just itself.
Yeah, you need a t-shirt with quotes.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild. You do too, though, by the way.
Less frequently.
This one is so out of context.
Yeah.
Carter as a grandma. What was it, the cookie recipe or
Yeah.
something?
What is it called?
Yeah, oh, this was real-time documentation of how long it takes me to remember one word.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at the car, what's it called? Walking in, you can still see me thinking on my face.
Yeah.
Male pattern baldness.
Male pattern baldness.
That was good.
That quote book, that's such a Shane thing to own.
It's Max's.
It was Max's?
Yeah.
He's a mini Shane.
Yeah. A little bit.
Pouring that latte in your mouth was freaking funny.
Yeah.
I wish we had gotten like a better angle of it.
It was messy.
Yeah.
What a weird time.
I wish there could have been, like, if I had
No.
thought about it, like, a perspective.
No.
Because it, like,
Yeah, I know what I was
it
like.
was
I was
like
there.
this.
Yeah, it was like a fountain. A
Like, you
spigot.
waterboarded yourself.
All right. Boy.
Max loves the camera. He's good on camera, though. He knows how to wing it. That was funny, too. I know Wyatt thought that was hilarious. Ben running from the paparazzi. On.
Yeah, I guess it's a running joke now.
Oh, there's Ben. See, he loves us.
Much love for the marketing team.
There we go.
Yeah. We need to hear it every now and again.
God, that's me trying to do math. That's just. That's
Completely
crazy.
falling apart.
That's so weird to think about. Like, I do marketing. I used to do calculus and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't. I can't remember any of it now.
Yeah.
Now it's like 15 plus 15, and I'm like,
Yeah, you asked me what 57 plus 12 was today.
yeah.
It's crazy.
My head just has too much in it. Ducking good coffee. Doodle Bob was hilarious. Honestly, if she had lost that Halloween costume contest, I might have lied for her.
Yeah.
Just because of the effort that she put in. I'm Bob the Builder.
That was between 4 and 6 a.m.
Yeah, I
leaving
believe it.
Zaruma.
Shane's arms made it look like Ben had wings.
Yeah.
Oh, 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 no, oh, oh, oh.
We're just really hoping to see a monkey in the wild.
Yeah, cough.
Never saw a monkey.
What did Curious George do? That'd probably help.
That whenever I watched this episode, my honest to God first thought when he said that was Curious George even aware that he was a monkey?
It's insane.
Would he know how to call?
Whoa.
Need a yellow hat to call him in.
The good old forklift. I love that thing. She leaks like nobody's business, though.
Yeah.
First episode ever. I think that was the first time we ever laughed on Behind the Brand.
I mean, I'm running a 40-yard dash, from shop to shop, and I'm like, come on, man. I had to step up to the plate. The fact of the matter is, I have no idea how to use this thing.
Christine and Yali. Yali did not like being on camera.
No. No, she didn't.
No. Some people do, some people don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing about the point of sale system.
It's crazy to think, like, this is when... Because this is last March. This is obviously when we started Toast.
That out of context sounds weird.
We started Toast. Yeah.
Toast point of sale.
Yeah, Toast point of sale. And so Shane was still learning it at that point and didn't know anything about it. And then to think, like, 2 months ago he opened Ocala and he was just running it. You know what I mean? Like, that's... And Ocala does an insane amount. And, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just crazy to think about.
DJC squared here.
Bingo night.
Bingo night.
Bringing some sick beats.
Maybe we should bring back bingo night.
I want to. I'll DJ it.
There's the peanut butter. That was so preposterous. I think I stopped breathing laughing at
Yeah.
that too.
It was bad.
Athletic pose. Folded box.
Thumbs, Tommy.
Tommy was great.
Thumbs, Tommy. Yeah, I
Tommy
miss
was one of my
Tommy.
favorite baristas.
Yeah,
He's flying planes now.
yeah.
It's a slight step up from
He
barista.
every morning I'd get my breakfast and he would sing
Order?
the thing from SpongeBob where it's like serving it up Gary's way, and he'd hand it to me blah.
It's insane, Tommy.
Most important meal of the day is serving it up Gary's way. Yeah, blah.
Yeah, that's good.
Playing football.
What are we gonna use it for, you
The forklift is when we got it.
think? Lifting.
Lifting, yeah.
Cinematic.
That's so funny.
Sick.
I wonder what it looked like new.
Not like that.
I wish Tommy's last day.
Yep,
That Polaroid's still on the thing.
it is.
No phone.
I miss Logan too.
Yeah, she was a great barista. Mm. She was always willing to do content.
Yeah, she's a teacher now though.
I got the 5 names of the rooms.
Oh, here's it.
That we got to somehow put in this video. Names of the room is Turtle's Nest Cabana, Whale Cabana, Pelican Room, and Monkey Room. I don't know how much I can assist is what the problem is on this because I don't quite have this skill. But I tell you what, as VW said,
Some do, some
and
don't.
some don't. What we got here, Anthony? All right, here we got Randy's places. This without on every
Them going through
Huh?
and trying. I was not anywhere to be found when they were doing that. I was long gone doing real estate photography
Yeah.
at that point. And they just, I gave Ben a camera. I said, turn the wheel this way if it's too dark, turn the wheel this way if it's too bright.
Yeah.
And he just,
You
Two
just came back
hands
to a bunch of
and
videos.
just followed Shane around. And Shane was holding that sign, Randy's Hospitality on Airbnb.
That's wild. That makes it even funnier because every time I've seen these clips, I'm like, no way, y'all got free rooms for him saying this because he can't even stop laughing.
That's why it's.
But you were doing photography behind the scenes.
Yeah. And that's why it's so funny that, like, it was documented. I was telling Kathryn the other day, I was like, do you realize, like, if you didn't see this on Behind the Brand, you would think I'm, like, playing into these stories?
Yeah.
That we went to some mansion and did real estate
Yeah.
photography at 11 p.m.
Right.
to get rooms to all sleep in the same bed.
No, it's
So that's, like, reason one why Behind the Brand is hilarious is
Well-
because it gives so much context.
and it does like you talking about it too is I wish that we had Behind the Brand for so much longer than we have.
Mm-hmm.
Because you saying that too is like when I went to Ecuador, one of the first things Shane said to me whenever. Also, Shane was not there the first day that I was there. That was very stressful. And we got to Arturo's house, and one of the first things Shane said to me was, "Watch out for shower lizards."
That's a great warning.
And he was like, "And know that I'm scared of them and will not help you."
Yeah,
And I was
he's
like,
terrified
"What do
of
you mean?"
lizards. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But I didn't believe him. I thought he was talking about playing into it. I thought he was exaggerating. And then, like, the second morning, I got up to take a shower. Me and Shane were, like, the first two up every morning. And I go to the shower, and sure enough, like, a lizard, like, this long.
Oh,
Had to been, like,
no.
6-7 inches long.
Oh,
And I've
gosh.
never seen one like it here.
Like colorful?
You know what I mean?
Was it colorful?
It was like a orangish color with like beady little black eyes, and it was like fat, and it was, dude,
Probably eating the dogs around town.
no, it was crazy, and I was like, cause I catch like geckos and stuff, but that's like
In your free time?
maybe the size of my pinky.
Yeah.
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 And this thing was like my forearm, and
That's
I was
insane.
like, what am I gonna do? And Shane's the only one up, and I'm like, he's already told me he's not gonna help me. Like he
do?
just warned me about this.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I had to had to touch it to like scare it up over the wall to leave. But I was like, I might not even take a shower, but you know, it's so hot and humid, like you can't
Yeah.
not, then you're just disgusting.
Yeah.
But I was like, Shane's not gonna help me, and Shane's the only one awake.
Well,
And then I was like, and I don't speak Spanish to even ask for help if there was somebody else.
oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're in another country.
Yeah.
Not much you can do with a shower lizard.
I was like, I don't know what to do. And Shane also, he set me off on like a really good foot, but the wrong foot to prepare me for Ecuador was the first night we stayed at a Wingate, me and Max.
Yep.
And it had like the rain shower, you know.
A great shower.
They had like a dessert bar.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
the rest of the week, like I slept on my sweatshirt.
Yeah, that was rough.
With
Oh,
the dogs
boy.
barking. That's
On
so
that
funny.
note, we're about the hour mark, so
Okay.
we'll cut that review a little bit short. Do you have like one or two more on there, like that you remember of?
Let's fast forward.
Yeah, fast forward through that.
There's Santa. Oh, when he was digging through the sack, the Santa sack.
Because he thought that the notes were in there. We had just.
No, he thought, because we told him that it was the sack of coffee that he was
yes.
returning to us.
yes. You're
And
right.
in our minds, he just meant to hand us like the whole
Sack.
thing, and he started digging through it,
There was
trying
no
to find a
coffee in
bag.
it?
There was no coffee in the bag at all.
Oh boy! All right, one more.
Whole bag of coffee.
A whole bag of coffee.
CFOs, he's don't go out of town.
Oh, when we got 17,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, that was
That
great.
sourdough bread. I don't even know why they were making sourdough. But he tried to. You want a bite? That.
Oh yeah, yep. That's why I say you want to bite now.
Yeah.
Because that moment.
Smash the cold will on it. I just want to request the type of coffee.
It's so weird. I remember when I first started working here, like I would hardly talk to them, because like I was so maybe like intimidated, I guess.
Yeah. It's probably not the right
Shy.
word, but it like you felt. Maybe
Yeah,
that way.
I don't think I felt intimidated, but it's like I don't open up very quickly, especially if you don't have like the same energy. If I can't really gauge like
Yeah.
how you're gonna be, and also it was like the technical dynamic of like they're my bosses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't talk to them at all. Now I'm like, they're literally like my annoying brothers at this point.
Yep.
like they just say, like I'll see videos that you post and stuff, and it's like they'll say something absolutely insane to me,
Yeah.
and I like it doesn't faze me anymore. Whereas before, if they had asked me that, I'm like, I probably would have been borderline offended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right, one more.
I would say Oreo.
Oreo pie.
I mean, get a little
That's a
licky.
dense one. That was so funny. The flakes in his eyelashes were hilarious.
Yeah.
The leaf blower was so.
That was Shane's touch.
Yeah.
If I could keep my hair like this all the time, it's like one of those things. You know, sometimes you walk out of the house and you gotta look in the mirror. You know, you look good.
You know, you look good. What did he say too? I don't know that it made the episode where he said
I've never
something
tasted
about
this good before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, my eyes watering.
Silk.
French silk.
Why is my left eye watering so much?
I don't know. You getting a little teary-eyed about
Yeah,
behind the,
the
brand.
memories.
It's you, Santa. Well, I'm sorry. Miss Santa Claus.
Miss Santa Claus already has
Mrs.
my
Claus.
name and number. Yeah.
Sorry, honey. But as long as you're a good girl, somebody will bring you someone special.
He dropped like an actual word of wisdom in that episode too. What was it that he said?
I don't remember.
Oh, remember the reason for the season and something about, and that'll fix the joy or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was like, dang, you're getting philosophical. Santa. Marketing. Yeah. I'm watching you. The cinnamon toast crunch.
Dickey Farms homemade peach ice cream, some of the best. Hey, be done.
Yeah, sitting on the beach watching my desk being taken over by by stuff that was not mine.
Now we have new offices in Biggs. And hopefully we can keep this set up.
Yeah.
On
That's
that
good.
note, we'll sign off. Behind the Brand Season 4. I don't know when Season 5 will come out yet. Probably in a few weeks. We'll probably like doctor it up a little bit, make it a little bit fancier. I don't know how. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe we do the launch with like our community thing or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
That could be cool.
Cool.
Fun.
Signing off.
Woo.